are my biggest takeaways from coming here? I think it's the openness of coming out here, the ability to really be up close and personal with the horses, and also to learn. There's things that happen with horses that also happen in real life, and for me, realizing the energy that I need, for instance, to set a boundary, and the horses have shown me that, and learning about this concept of who moves whose feet. This is another thing in life. So if I can move a horse and invite a horse to me, they come of their own free will, then I can also do that in my own life with people. There's also there's many discoveries that I've made. Like today I was working with 3 horses, and I had one horse who I was tracking towards, and a completely different horse felt me and came to me. I have this really beautiful hands-on experience of me giving love and the horse receiving love. And then being able to also have connection with the other 2 horses, and just how easy that became. I mean, they chose me over each other and the hay that they had in the same space. And to see how powerful the love and the connection for horses, how powerful that is for them and also for me as well. Yeah, so there's another part of horses are really authentic in each moment, and how they show up is how they show up. And I don't have that same experience with humans. Speaking with Rosemary today while I was with one of the horses, and I asked her about this, and there was this, I had my arm over his front shoulder, and I was scared that I was holding him there. And I mentioned this to Rosemary, and she said, "Do you think you could hold him there?" And I said, "No, he's too big and strong." And then to discover that he was there of his own, it's really touching, of his own free will to stay there with me rather than to be with his horse, his mates and his hay. It just shows me the congruence that horses have versus the incongruence of humans who can say, "Yes, I want to be with you," and actually I can feel the energy that they have where that's actually not accurate. So this piece around discovering that this horse was here of its own free will. I'm touched by what's happening here. What I realize is that we are all these really sentient beings, that we are sensory, and we have the ability to sense what other people have, and some of us are just so sensitive that we can make up stories just like that and create something. We create division between ourselves when actually that's not necessary. It's just by having open conversations, being honest, and saying what's really alive for you. It's me saying what's really alive for me. This really honors who I am by being really authentic. The horses are so in the moment, and they're so in the moment, and they just so reflect what's happening right now. When my energy is not high enough, they're not going to respond to me. June Lakes Lodge, here are my feelings. Again, it's such a magical place to come. I see the people also, there's a place to stay here. It's like a place where if you need time out from the world, you can actually come here. And I've met some of the people that have stayed here, and honestly, it's just such a beautiful, magical place to be, that is, from what I can see, evolving, continuing to evolve. And Rosemary is behind this, and Rosemary, she's a great collaborator as well with these people that come here, and very open open arms, very welcoming, very caring woman. And this comes through from how she is with her horses. It's this holistic piece that she brings to the puzzle of living. It goes the whole way through to not only the horses that are here, but also to the humans that visit here. It is a, I want to say, a paradise for being. What was my experience like on the healing table? It was this really peaceful experience of lying without any, I had no expectation, no agenda. And then there were these gentle nudges by the horses' noses. And what Rosemary, when we were out there, Rosemary said the horses, because they eat grass, they have this beautiful smelling breath. And I had horses right up close on my face, one on my nose, and honestly, this is accurate. Their breath is absolutely beautiful. There were moments where I could really feel the energy change, and it went to this very, very, at times, very peaceful place, and the gentleness of the horses. There were these gentle, also at times these very gentle touches. I had different horses at the healing table at any given time. But most of all, it allowed all my senses to free and to hear the birds, feel the breeze that was blowing, feel the temperature, and to experience what it's like to be in that space without any expectation or any agenda. And it was fun lying and not doing anything, and suddenly there would be a horse, and the whiskers also of the horse just touching my face at times, and to have the confidence to be able to lay there and do that as well is pretty profound. And I felt totally safe and really well held in this space that I was in by Rosemary and the horses. Their free will to come to the healing table. They're not made to come. They have this massive hillside full of grass that they could be chomping on at any given moment. And they chose to come to the table. They choose to come to the table. And when I finally sat up, there were, I think, 3 horses really close to the table, another 2 not far away. And so there's also this drawing in of the herd when they start, the inquisitiveness happens at the table as well. This is what I noticed, and it's definitely something that happens with the energy of the herd. And when I got here, Rosemary shared with me that a horse's back goes numb after 15 minutes of someone sitting on it. And she shared with us that there is a YouTube on video called The Path of the Horse. And I remember going away from that day and actually sharing that with someone, and this person said, "Oh, that's not true. Do you have any proof?" And I thought, no, I don't have proof. So I watched this clip, which is about an hour long, and they took thermography or x-rays of the horse, and it's accurate that the horse's back does go numb. And so I personally have made a decision never to sit on the back of a horse again. I would rather have the connection, which is so, to run in a paddock in circles, because horses love running in circles. I've had the experience of running with a horse in circles and them following me and stopping. I want to stop. They stop with me. It's like healing with a dog, but the horse is so much bigger, and the connection is different as well. And so it's so much more fun on the ground with a horse rather than on a horse's back. Yes, they can take you further, but at what cost to them? And to have these beautiful, I want to call them majestic animals actually, who do what they do from their own free will rather than being saddle on, bridle on, rope on, dragged here, dragged there. These horses come of their own free will. And for me, this is yeah, this is missing in the world greatly, and the world needs more free will of people and horses.
Mm.